that. Perfect example right here. Bill comes in on the left, typical runner, runs every day for the last 20 years. This guy's ran every day, some type of running pretty much every day for the last 20 years. And he comes in here and he's stuck. He's hit a plateau. He doesn't know why he's not losing weight, doesn't know why he feels the way he feels. So he comes in here and we pinch him. He does his body fat testing. He's at 21% body fat. We basically tell him for a male he's borderline obese and unhealthy. Do you think he's probably a little upset when we tell him if he's been running every day that he's unhealthy? Probably. He's like, wait a minute, I run every day and you're telling me I'm unhealthy? There's no way. Do you think he's a better runner on the right or on the left? Pretty obvious, right? He's obviously going to be a better runner on the right, right? He's lighter, obviously. He's going to have a little bit more lean body mass. He's going to be faster when he's running. He's going to feel a lot better when he's running. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to say the running part is bad, but I'm trying to say if your goal is to lose that body fat and to get yourself to that point, there's just some changes you need to do in your training during that time. And then once you've done that and reached that goal, then go back and do the things that you enjoy doing. So the first thing we're going to try to focus on is Bill's cardio. Do you think when I'm writing his program that I'm going to have him running the first week or two? Heck no, he's been doing it for every day, right? Probably won't have him do any cardio for a week or two, honestly. I'll probably just tell him just let your body rest and recover, get some good resistance training. We'll probably start him off at about 20 minutes a day. As the program progresses, we're gonna slowly increase that cardio, get him up to about 60 minutes a day, probably something he's a little more comfortable with. His nutrition, as he's gaining that lean body mass, we're giving him more calories. Week 1, maybe we throw him on the bike. Week 2, maybe I let him get on the treadmill. Week 3, maybe we have him do a little bit of jump rope. When's the last time somebody did jump rope in here? Anybody tried jump rope in here? You get pretty frustrated with it sometimes? I don't know how many times I threw the jump rope. It's pretty frustrating. But it's a great tool, and it's a great way to change up, it's a great way to change up, give yourself and give your body a change of pace instead of, every day going up to that same piece of cardio equipment, or if you're a guy, every day going to the same bench press and doing the same movements week in and week out. Try changing it up each week and doing different things to kind of shock your body and mentally give yourself something different to do, kind of challenge yourself. The last part of this, what we're going to kind of go over is the meal plan, and I believe there's an example of it in the back of your guys' packet, hopefully on the last page. This is just a rough example of basically how we would set up somebody's meal plan. This isn't specific to anybody in particular. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's going to have different goals. Everybody's going to have different foods they can eat. We basically set this up according to your goals and according to you. So if you come in here and say, Jason, there's no way I can have a sandwich at meal 3. I'm just way too busy. I need something easy. Maybe we just throw in a protein shake and a fruit and some crackers. And I'm going to give you foods that you can eat to help you be successful while you're doing this program. So the meal plans are catered to the individual person and their goals. Does that make sense? Does anybody, looking over these, does anybody have any questions on any of the foods? Does anybody have any questions, any options?
On the cardio, do you do like the HIIT training instead of regular?
Yes, the HIIT. I'll throw in a little bit of both.
Okay.
That's a very good question. HIIT training they've done all the studies. That's the best thing you can do right now for fat loss is that HIIT training. It wouldn't be something that I want you to do every week, all week, but it would definitely be something that I would want you to do. And for those of you who don't know, HIIT training, high intensity interval training, we're basically getting into that sprinter type mentality where maybe you go out on a track and sprint for 30 seconds and walk for 2 minutes. Sprint for 30 seconds, walk for 2 minutes. Repeat that for 15, no more than 20 minutes. I wouldn't do any more than 20 minutes of that. You shouldn't need to do any more than that if you're putting forth maximum effort during that 30 seconds. Any questions on the meal plans? Any food?
Protein shakes, what do you put? Do you put in water with your protein shakes, or do you put in almond milk?
You could use either or. I use either or. Sometimes I'll do water, sometimes I'll do the almond milk, unsweetened, obviously. It's just kind of a preference and depending on where you're at.
What protein do you use?
I use the universal weight isolate that we sell here. Any questions? So that's pretty much the seminar for the evening. I would like to tell you guys that we are offering free evaluations for those of you guys that aren't clients. We do offer free evaluations. In that evaluations, what we're going to do is we're going to go over your specific goals. If you have a specific goal in mind, we're going to kind of find out what that goal is. We're going to do your body fat testing. We're going to do your weight, tell you how long it's going to take you to get to that goal, show you some example programs, show you kind of how we set it up, show you some of our success stories and how we've gotten to them. So it's about a 45-minute to an hour-long process to do that. It's free. There's no cost to you, no cost to your spouse, significant other, whoever you want to bring in. So if you guys are interested in doing that, you can get with the receptionist at the front desk or myself or one of the other consultants here, and we'll get you set up with that. But like I said, it is free and there's no cost of doing that. So I want to thank you guys for your time. Thanks everybody online for your time. You guys have been great. If you guys have questions, I'll be hanging out for a little bit. So